So I'm Stephen Myers. I'm a professor of geoscience at the University of Wisconsin-Madison, and my expertise is paleoclimatology. The field of paleoclimatology studies past climate changes recorded in, for example, sediments at the bottom of the ocean, sediments at the bottom of lakes, rocks. And by looking at those records, we can infer how the climate system works and maybe ascertain some information about where we're going in the future.
So how did you get involved in Lakes 380 research?
I was on sabbatical in 2017. Now, by the way, I should say that I think this shows how new possibilities and new opportunities in collaboration and pushing science forward emerge from unexpected places. I was on sabbatical working at GNS Science with a group to study Antarctica and to study evolution, in fact, deeper in Earth's history. And Marcus was in an office 2 doors down. And the idea for Lakes 380 came up, and he knew about my areas of expertise in geochemistry and in the statistical analysis of data to understand climate change, and invited me, I think on a whim, said, "Steve, you'd be good for this. Would you like to participate? We're going to give this a shot, this grant." And lo and behold, here I am. So lots of chance occurrences and moments of opportunity that were just recognized, and this was Marcus's vision, I would say. And I have to imagine that a lot of the success of Lakes 380 is from that vision of the leaders and seeing possibilities in all sorts of collaborators that emerged to them.
And who else are you working with in the Lakes 380 team?
Marcus is my main connection through to Lakes 380. The work I'm doing, though, connects in to many other scientists. For example, the DNA records that are being used to reconstruct ecosystem evolution. I studied the geochemistry of the particles, that is, the chemical signals preserved in those particles at the bottom of the lake. Those chemical signals in the mud and the shells come from the water, and the water in the lake is responding to climate change. It's one of the things that it responds to. So that's my area of expertise, and what I'm hoping to lend to this project is the studying of those chemical signals to infer the history of lakes before we have any records of such, of lake behavior.
So is there anything that you think that will be unique from a New Zealand study? For example, given that humans were a lot later arriving here than they have been in other land masses.
So there are two parts to this project there's so many parts of this project that are spectacular, but there are two parts that come to mind in sort of ways it's pushing the science forward in a big way. And some of these ways are absolutely unique to New Zealand, and some of them are more universal. So the unique aspect is the problem that we have when we study ancient climate variability in the rock record, or for example in tree rings, and there's other ways of doing this. It's oftentimes difficult to separate out the natural variability from that is due to humans and their presence. This could be many things. For example, today we're burning fossil fuels and we're changing global climate, but it also could be regional variability. For example, changes in deforestation that influence sediment delivery to a lake and its health. And this has been something that's been very difficult to separate out. So the history of human habitation of New Zealand provides a very unique opportunity, since it's the last place on the planet to be inhabited by humans. And because that history is really well known, we can look before that, and we can look at the sequential inhabitation of New Zealand and see how potentially humans have impacted it. And also then look at the natural variability and how these things are intersecting. So that's something that's unique to New Zealand. The thing that's universal about this, well, I'm sure we'll learn many universal things just from that alone, but it's providing an encyclopedia of lakes. This doesn't exist. So 380 lakes from ocean to mountain peak, from low latitude to higher latitude. This is going to be, in my mind, a game changer in the understanding of lakes and in providing this encyclopedic knowledge of how lakes have varied through the past 1,000 years, but even beyond that, some of these records will be stretched much deeper in time. That's going to be of value to the world, for sure. It's exciting. It's a unique experience. I can't think of anywhere else in the world where such a comprehensive study is being conducted.